In focus. All right, talk fast. Only got 10 minutes. Click the links for Odyssey, Bit Chute to join the Telegram support channel on Coffee. The various other links if you're of those more privacy-minded folks. Be sure to join the Telegram and the Odyssey. You're going to need a burner phone, but it's absolutely worth it in case you need to get reach out to people in the future. Telegram and Gab are great ways to do that. So, as well, you've probably noticed you're seeing a breakdown in law and order in America as it devolves into very firmly into a second world nation. And some parts of it resemble closely failed states. And you go, listen, do you want law and order? Do you want to stop these issues? Yeah, for sure. City council wants to stop these issues. Okay, well, you're going to need to put POCs in prison. Oh, my friend, that's a bridge too far. We can't do that. Well, then you just told me that you have two. We're always at war with Oceania. You got two things that are. You can't hold these two opposing views in your head. Oh, no, we need more programs. Well, my friends, this is a video I can't show on YouTube. I'll get the channel deleted. It's on the CW Chicago. Programs don't solve this kind of stuff. This is generational, and at some point you're going to have to realize that this is nature and not so much nurture, which is a very tricky thing to say nowadays. But if you might as well start with the truth and go from wherever the truth leads you. So no, programs are not going to stop. These guys will roll up in a car. They see some guy who's walking in Chicago at night. That's your first mistake, friend. And he had a bag of food in one hand and maybe a cell phone in the other hand. Now, there's a problem in America today with walking around. Is there used to be a time period before cell phones when you could walk around and thieves would look at some people and they knew that some people were marks and some weren't. Because back then, if you had someone who was jogging at night or walking around doing whatever, they didn't have a wallet on them. They're just jogging, exercising, or they got food on them. They're probably not a mark because they don't have enough that's worth robbing. But nowadays, people have cell phones, and the thieves don't know if you have, like me, I've got a piece of garbage cell phone that you couldn't even sell. But there are people walking around with $2,000 cell phones. So it's for them, the thieves, is kind of a lottery situation because they know that nobody goes outside their house without a cell phone in their pocket, most likely unless they're under a certain age or over a certain age. And so for them, they want to play the lottery. They're like, oh, this guy's got a $1,500 top of the line Samsung that we can turn around and sell online for like $1,200 or $1,000. It's worth it. So the situation is, people are in a tricky situation now because they know that they always have a cell phone that is at least worth, most likely, unless it's a flip. Like if you rob somebody and they pull out like a $30 flip phone, they're gonna look at it like, what the hell is this? Oh man, it's all I got. It's like, oh, they probably just hand it back to you, which is, honestly, it's probably a worthy investment to have see, I don't know if you can have like two pieces of hardware with dual SIM cards. There might be a way to work that out. Or really a flip phone with like enough minutes on it. So it's like, I don't know. There's something to work out with that. The thing is, so that's kind of a tricky situation that America's in now in these low IQ, high crime, low trust areas. So usually what happened was guys walking around at night with a bag of food. So the bag of food is not worth shooting somebody over, but the cell phone for them is worth deleting somebody over. And that's what happened. The two guys roll up in a car. And the guy was on his phone, or looking down at his phone, probably not paying attention. And the guy comes out with a gun. So it's like, even if you're armed and they have the drop on you, you really have to think twice. Like usually it's, if the situation is just they want your cell phone and the bag of food, which, I mean, they don't know what the bag contains, but they took it anyway. It's usually just easier to give them the cell phone, but he wanted the password to the cell phone, so he had to unlock the cell phone, and the guy got frustrated and shot him, and like all this happened in a few seconds. So, usually the old thing was like, just give me your wallet and cell phone, it's not worth it. I mean, cell phones are a little bit different. Back in the old days, it was a wallet, and like, yeah, there was identifiable, you had to cancel credit cards and stuff, but I mean, cell phone has like a lot of, it's got your business on it, which now I think about, like the concept of having dual cell phones, like a smartphone for home and then a flip phone for travel is something to consider. Anyway, so usually the concept was like, yeah, give me your car, give me your wallet, give me your cell phone. It's not worth getting shot over. The guy got shot anyways, which kind of changed the equation to even if they have the drop on you, you might want to reach into your pocket or fire. Like, here's the thing with like those hammerless revolvers, little snub nose 357s. You can fire right through your clothing. Like if you have that in a sweatshirt pocket, a little 5-shot snubby, it goes. Well, that thing's a very hot round. It's leaving. You can fire right through your sweatshirt into the bad guy, and you got 5 rounds. 3 rounds for the first guy and 2 rounds for the second guy, and then just run for your life. And obviously, it doesn't leave casings behind because it's all in the cylinder. Something to consider. Oh, Chicago's got very strict liberty device laws. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that. So is California, and though I don't break the law myself whatsoever. And now here's the thing: even if you were in this situation where you didn't want to carry, pepper spray changes the equation somewhere where you're still in the mindset of like just give him your stuff and live another day. But this didn't happen. The guy was shot anyway because he was. The guy was frustrated. The gunmen, like these gunmen, are low IQ people. He was frustrated over the password taking like more than 5 seconds, so he just shot him like a half a dozen times. And the guy's still alive for now, but he's going to pass beyond this mortal coil in a few days. So if you literally pepper sprayed the guy, and then at that point you could run, and he might not see to shoot you because it takes some aim, or you pepper spray him and just put the bottle in his face with one hand, and then with your other hand try to take control of the liberty device, which is like, yeah, your life is in your hands, but in this situation you had nothing to lose. The guy was deleted. He was shot like a half dozen times anyway. So at that point you get nothing to lose. You might even take a bullet in the torso somewhere, but you might survive that. But you pepper spray him, you take the thing away from him. I don't know. These are like horrible things you have to consider. It's like, do you just want to live in a high trust society where you don't have people getting attacked by these are animals. I mean, these are animal. I don't want to be careful there. You don't want to live in a nation like this. And if you have district attorneys, SOROS appointed DAs that are catch and release, well, you're just going to get more of this. And so this some useful idiot has a bunch of platitudes. It's all meaningless if the electorate keeps electing these same people. You keep voting these people in office. You're going to get what you're going to get. You just get more of this. And apparently Chicago is comfortable with this. San Francisco is comfortable with this. You're never going to see Chicago or San Francisco or Oakland or parts of LA turn around and go, oh, we got to get some like conservative Christian right-wing Republicans in office. It's not going to happen. So nothing's going to change. You're not going to change the sentencing guidelines. You're not going to change SOROS appointed DAs and judges. If you live in these cities and if you're voting blue, then, F you deserve what you get. And if you don't, if you can move, try to move if you can. But I mean, they're obviously, they're going to follow you. They're going to bring in diverse low-income housing out in the suburbs. So you can't escape from it. You have to kind of make a political stand. And there's a lot of ways to do that I discuss on Odyssey, Bit Chute. But for this point, you get what you get, I guess. I mean, this is Chicago. So they go, America had a crime boom in the 90s, in the late 80s and 90s, and it peaked, say, around 90-ish, and then dropped off. So now we're not even back to those levels yet. The difference is back then the media could cover it up. Nowadays, media can't cover up because cell phones and security cameras are everywhere, and then alt social media and websites are everywhere. So, yes, the mainstream media is not going to show you horrific violence of Malamensei acts of POC people. The mainstream media is controlled by very bad people. But the alt media will show you this stuff. Gateway Pundit, Post Millennial, Blaze, Rebel. Well, yeah, I know those are control ops. Trust me, I know all about that. Or the CW Chicago. These guys are friggin' based. They're on YouTube too, but of course their comments are turned off because people would just be going off the top. We'll show you this stuff. So we haven't even peaked at that violent level of the 1990 yet, and oh my God, we're going to blow past this, and it will be televised. You will see all of it. All right, I'm running out of time. Click the link, support me on Coffee with a small donation, or you can follow on Coffee, I think, for free if you want to be that way. And I will see you guys all next episode.